Hi guys, it's Miss Goldsby here. Week 4 update of quarter 2. I just want to be quick and I wanted to start out by showing you the occupation research that you're supposed to be working on. We're going to be finishing this week. Now I'm going to scroll down a little and you can see that mine has gone on to 2 pages, which is perfectly fine. And that is because when I type in here, it pushes the page down. So on your occupation research, you should have your name, your Holland code, your educational goal. Now last week you were supposed to have researched these 3 occupations that you chose up to this point here of other requirements. And you're going to be doing this part of it this week. Now I realize that's a lot, so I'm going to give you Monday and Tuesday to finish this research. Now what I want to do is show you that when you chose your occupations, you were using a program called ONET Online, and I'm going to go to that right now. So ONET Online is what we started with to choose our 3 occupations. I would bookmark that. You see, right here is my ONET, and you can bookmark that by clicking on the star. Now, if I click on this ONET, it takes me back to the beginning where you started doing your research. So one of the things that I came up with was career and technical education teacher. I'm going to go back to my worksheet. So you can see, not the career plan, let me close that and get it out of the way. So you can see on the occupation research, I put in career and technical education teacher, and that's actually the code for middle school. And then I put the SOC code in. So if there's a job you really like, you can put it up here in the search box. And that's what I did here, career and education teacher. I hit enter, and this is what it brought me. There's secondary school, which is high school, and it's also considered middle school. Then there's one specifically for middle school. So that is the one I put down along with this code. So we picked 3 occupations, and then in lesson 4, which is what you're supposed to be working on right now, it tells you to go to this website, the Occupational Outlook Handbook. I'm going to open up a new tab and go there from the beginning. When you first get there, it looks like this. Okay, so you can find your careers by going through this index here. And let's say you want to be a veterinarian. Well, you would click on the V, and then you would scroll. Well, it takes you here. Let me click on the V again so I can jump to it. And you can see veterinarian right here. I click on that, and now I'm on the page that I need. And I would bookmark this page because this is the one you need for doing a lot of your research. All right, so I'm going to pop back to mine because I'm doing the career. I'm going to split my screen. I'm going to drag this over here. And then I'm going to open my Word file. Now, if you can't get the Word file because you're on a Chromebook or something, then you can write this down on a sheet of paper. I've had people do that. That's perfectly fine. I'd do the heading with your name, your Holland code, and your educational goal. And then I would just do one occupation on a sheet of paper at a time. All right, so if I'm going to start researching, when I get to the section what they do, I'm going to be using the Occupational Outlook Handbook. So you could see it tells you exactly what to do in AES, and it told me that I need to look here in this area, what they do, and I wrote it over here. They instruct students in various technical and vocational subjects such as auto repair, healthcare, and culinary. The second part, work environment. Where do they work and in what conditions? How physical is the work? Now, in the AES lesson, they tell you to click on this tab, Work Environment. And when I do, click on the tab, I get some information here about the work environment. Typically work, and you can just summarize. You don't have to write all this stuff. Read over it. So their work environment is, in my case, I'm going to work in a middle school, in a public or private middle school. Okay, and then you can scan over here and see what other information they share. Are you working outside? Are you lifting heavy boxes or something? So if I'm in a public or private middle school and I work inside, unless of course you're putting down that you want to be a PE teacher, then you're going to be working inside and outside. And you don't have to get too technical. Then you go down to work schedule. You will find that, and it tells you in the lesson right here. Now, I'm going to make that a little smaller. So, what does it say about the work schedule? Well, they work during school hours. Sometimes in the evening and the weekend. So you scan through here, it tells me they usually work 10 months and have a 2-month break during the summer. So that would be an important thing. Work 10 months, 2-month break in summer. Okay, and that's enough. We're just trying to get an overview. What kind of education do they need? Well, we scroll back up and you're going to find a lot of the next boxes in how to become one. You click on how to become one, and the next 4 sections you will find in here. Here's the education, that goes here. Well, for education, they need a bachelor's degree. It says it right here, need a bachelor's degree in the field they teach. You can kind of paraphrase, need bachelor's degree in field they teach. Okay. Let's see. You got to do a student teaching program, complete a student teaching program. All right, that's good enough for that. Licenses, certifications, and or registrations. Well, let's see. So we need to have a teaching certificate. It says right here, passing a general teaching certification test, as well as another test that demonstrates your knowledge in your subject. So we need to get a teaching pass test in general teaching and subject area to get certificate. You can't teach without a certificate. All right, and then we've got important qualities. So down here, you see important qualities. You don't need to write all of this. Just write the stuff in bold and italics. So I'm going to put communication skills. I'm going to also put organizational skills, patience, and resourcefulness. Are there other requirements? Well, back up here it said that they need to have a background check. So we're going to do a background check. And that's all. So once you do that, you're ready to start working on your second one. Now, you do not have to do this bottom part yet, where it says chosen state, yearly wages, projected growth. We'll start working on that on Wednesday, and I will cover that then. So make sure you get this done. You should have 3 occupations researched. There is some benchmark testing this week, so you need to make sure you're checking your messages in Schoology or your email and Outlook from your teacher so you know what times they are going to be holding their test. Okay, there's also some testing next week, so make sure you're looking at your email, looking at your Schoology messages. All right, we will have a meeting at 1 p.m. today if you need more help.